Here, me I got the invite. I write it down. Oh, and I listen. I remember to put all of this. Now, let me just let you. Let me let you under, understand one thing. It don't matter what the fuck I be saying. I get high and everything. But if someone is going to do anything to me, it's going to be somebody. They're going to be light skinned, or I don't know. But I don't care. That's the thing. Now it's been a minute since I've been observing somebody, and I kept saying like, "Yo," it was almost as if somebody that was just like MO3 was following me or taunting me from the grave, where I don't know where they was coming from. See, I'm so Philadelphia. Yeah, I know all of these Jones because I was in the military. You know what a UA is? Unauthorized absence. But to have an unauthorized absence has to go over a certain amount of days. That's why I was telling most people when they listen to me and they start talking about people having dishonorable discharges, or even if you're talking about somebody that's in the presidential. I'm talking about the presidential race right now. One I think is the Army National Guard, and then he's talked to. I don't know who Donald Trump shit is. I don't know. I, I don't. I don't get into the political shit. I don't. I, I don't. I don't want to be known. And so when you want to be known, yeah, you know how much you taking this. Stop pocket watching me. I don't know who pocket watch. Who doing all the pocket watching? From the beginning of the presidency, it has been all men that have been pocket watching. The presidents of the United States have all been pocket watching. Yeah, I don't give a fuck with the president. It ain't my fucking business. And so I'm saying justice for MO3, truth, lies, and bullshit. What you call it? But yo, are we serious right now? So on mine, look who on there. I put Bumblebee. I don't. Yo, that's a transformer. That's a to me. Bumblebee. If somebody said to be black and white, I mean black and yellow. Yo, yeah, you know wherever you at, yeah, that means murder. Like somebody got murdered right there, and it'd be yellow and black tape around there. Shout out to the real T. Salute. I really don't. As a matter of fact, let me say, nobody's gonna make me change. Let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Nigga. I ain't in no group or nothing. I don't give a fuck about the word nigga, who it was applied to, or none of that shit. I don't give a fuck if you put Nigger in there. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how, like, yo, I don't listen. You know, the one thing I cared about and all my life is being there for the birth of my daughter. No matter fuck money, any of that shit. I know the fuck I was working for it or any of that. I know who let me go. Yo, I'm about to have a child in the snow, whatever. You know what y'all never hear me talking about? Pennsylvania State Troopers. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Yo, there was a white Pennsylvania State Trooper. It was snowing. I was trying to beat the snowstorm. I know the color I was of the car I was driving. Yeah, Toyota. I know Toyota. How many miles them shits go and all of that. And I know about green Toyota or any green car. Yeah, BMW green. Yeah, but he always told me he was light skinned, but I knew where he was from. And he always kept telling me, yo, do this so we can get to the Chizang J. And I always rejected them because when you become real estate developers in some of the hottest areas that I've shown you on my channel, regardless of what you may think, on my computer there's a deal for $500,000. It was I remember where when I look at the deal, who signed it, who spoke on behalf of they spoke on behalf of like Mr. Like you'd be talking to somebody like, all right, Mr. See, or ma'am. So today I just was logging on. Just I don't know what today is. It's the 16th. Around here, I don't know nothing else. We looking at the stocks. We looking at yeah, most of the people I know, yeah, we looking at the stocks and people, you know, owning shit. Actually, and whatever motherfucker say in the song, yo, I don't care what the date is. I ain't into that. I ain't to none of that shit. But I know that for the past year, all I've been talking about is MO3 playing his music or whatever. So I didn't even turn that joint on. No, no other way. I'm talking about no other way except that I'm paying attention to my surroundings. Someone's helping me. They're gonna help me, not harm me. They all around me because I don't know if you know. See, I don't know. Y'all call people that's hoes. Y'all call them three. Y'all call y'all hoes 302s or some shit like that. But 302, yo, that's involuntary commitment. So you got to see a judge if you get involuntary committed in the Commonwealth. You got to see the judge in 72 hours or whatever. But I remember what it was. That shit was like $1,600 a day, and the motherfucker would come pick you up. Yo, somebody could just say, "Yo, I seen Wadawu, yo," and the people gonna come pick you up. So I don't know if y'all remember the drug Ambien. It was like I don't know. Ambien was like a Schedule Two, something. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it was. One of the Kennedys, she ran up on the side of. They said she ran up on the side of a truck because she said she was taking Ambien. But they was like, yo, women, yeah, y'all only could take 5 milligrams of Ambien, but me, just for me to sleep for whatever I've been through, mine was 12 and a half. I take, I used to have to eat pizza and all of this. Like I would wake up and I would eat pizza. It was off of Ambien. Ambien knocks you out. I'm talking about out cold, but Ambien, what else is that? See, Ambien, the effects of Ambien, you gotta read what the doctors say, what they prescribe Ambien. I don't know. Maybe somebody need help to sleep and make you forget. Maybe you fucking forget about whatever it was, but all you know is when you wake up, you just hungry. Then there's another one, Seroquel. Then there's Cinequine. But these are only places, or these are only drugs. You had to be prescribed those drugs. And I've never been prescribed, and I've never been in possession of any illegal illegal narcotic. Never. Just always remembered how they beat the case. Yeah, yeah, oh fuck. Yeah, Allen Iverson, yeah, that shit was at 35th. And I know everything that went on at the 35th. God, yeah, they know me there. They beat me with a fucking joint inside my knee. I know pressure points. I know all of that. I remember it was a little small ass little cop right there, little bitch ass nigga hit me in the inside of my knee. It was on Thanksgiving. So when I see certain things, I just put it with life experience. I mean, life experience as it goes on daily, even today. Let me tell you something. I had all the technology around me. I don't even know how to use the shit, so that shit keep getting burnt up and all that shit. Except one joint. And that technology is the same. When I chew that up, it's a little, it's a little whatever it is. And SD could stand for small dick. I don't know what the fuck SD stand for. What nobody saw what I did was I put mystery for now mind you listen for the Solomon group I use a version of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And it was the person who drew that for me. They drew it for me. I made sure that it stayed in black and white no matter what. And it was called the Solomon Group. But there's another company out there that's called the Solomon Group. I don't know what the fuck that company is. Well, then I know what the colors of their shit is, and I don't have nothing to do with them unless I do have something to do with them. And I threw, listen, for the mockery, I threw it over Ratchet TV, and look what color his shit is. And I put we are the receipts, but I only put it only could fit. Look, it only could fit. We are the eyes. So I just started calculating from the time that y'all took us down. Who stayed with me? I made sure I paid attention to everybody around me. But at the end of the day, I can go cruising anytime I want. It don't matter if I cruise. Don't nobody know what I'm cruising in. Now I'm gonna show you something, and this is what you call trolling at its best. Yeah, I remember this right here. See, there was a company called Couture at Your Door. I was going to put some money up for that, and I had promised that person that they had to check out, and they wanted they were able to check out and said that it was for $1 million. That's it, just $1 million. So T, when every time when I hear something say and it says T and people just use T, using that name. And how they spell it, Tamia. It could be Tamia. And see, me going to Las Vegas, it was at one of the best. I I don't know how she's going to say that I say this because she always criticized me on saying how I say ideal, or ideal, whatever. But square. And then I told them in the barber shop. It was in a barber shop. I know exactly where that barber shop was. How much I made in that barber shop because her and I determined that women can sell clothes to a man, but it takes a man to sell. Um, it takes a well-dressed man to sell clothes to a woman. A man that's courteous. But at the end of the day, I know one of my partners at the time they went to one of their children, which I never speak of. I never speak of my partner's kids or anything. I never show them on here or anything. But the one partner that I knew I was always going to owe to was the one that would say, "You listen to the fake temptations."
At least, most of us did.
Where the hell's Ruffin?
You tell me because I don't know. Blue, how much time we got?
Like 2 minutes.
This is getting old.
Otis! Mel, fella.
And then you see that pretty motherfucker that comes up there with a light skinned nigga. But at the end of the day, I know from the University Hospital, the light skinned nigga, they drove X5. I don't know what happened, but yeah, sometimes you get older. I don't know. know nothing. All I'm just saying is I don't know if you ever can remember a time where you were when you all felt like you made it and what you was planning to do, whatever. But the government, they come in and they do their little shit. So see, once you get indicted or you already done went and said, no, you brought my mom into it. You done brought my mom. This the internet. This really is the internet. And but when I first came on this internet, I came on here with some fucking yo. Just trolling shit, like motherfucker trying to talk about like yo, I'm a chisel and all of this, and yeah. And at times, I spoke about that light skinned shit. Only to have you to know my mom. I, I don't give a fuck about putting it's public record. I'll put up my fucking birth certificate. I'll tell you the age of my pop and the age of my mom when they had me and my sisters. What their last name was. But one thing I, I can say is that I don't know nothing about no. Every time I see that step, step in the name of love, groove in the name of love, I always remember my father's side because we was at a party right down in when I finally met my father. He was a drummer. My father was a drummer. My mom was 16. My dad was 17. On I never saw the first birth certificate. They actually, the state of Pennsylvania fucked up and showed me my real name. My real name. Not the one that when I sent it back and said, no, this ain't what my mom named me. This is what my mom told me my name was. But the first one, I never forget, that shit says CMS. And that's all I'm gonna say is that's what it was. And on 25th Street, I remember that my grandmother, she was like 95 years old and she had silvery black hair. She was from the Delaware Indians, but when I was calling, I remember the lady, she would not let me speak to my grandma. She wouldn't let me. My grandmother was under um, one of the elder pastors at her church was somebody named Gray. Gray. Just Gray. So imagine when someone just says to me, just white. And I know I'm talking to y'all and I'm noticing on when I get picked up through Lyft or anything like that, I'm noticing cars crashed up and the car crashed up. But the car is black, but I'm noticing on the car that is like somebody hit you in the white. I'm looking at what both sides you on, the left or the right. Yeah, did you turn left and you got fucked up, or did you turn right and you got fucked up? And where you was at, where you don't understand that there, down there, yeah, most people know. Only people know how long it take me to get to my daughters and when I'm driving, what they think I'm driving. It's like 2 hours or less. But if I speed, I always cut it in half. I cut New York. I cut New York off, yo. I did New York like fucking in an X1. In an X1. I cut New York. It's supposed to be like a 3 hour trip. I cut that shit to like an hour and a half. Yo, or less. I'm already telling you. Let me let this look. This shit gonna get blocked. All I'm telling you is, yo, when y'all hear these people talking, I hear they calling themselves content creators. 300% or more. I turn. If let me just say, I'm just gonna say something simple. You can't call yourself couture at your door, and you at a store. You can't do that. You have to get on the road because you said you're going to be couture, and you said you're gonna come to the door. You're gonna and you had to start off like I remember we started off in the morning, a rap. It was a simple rap. Mercedes Benz truck. and then it was a 5,000, and me and Dre, we gave the money for that. It came from New Jersey, and we gutted that joint out. You made it what you was supposed to want to make it, and then you went on to NBC TV, and then there was nothing. But I never did anything. But black being my favorite color, and anybody knowing how I was helping a single parent try to build her business that she was trying to build with her sister for 8 years. And though the one sister told on me, in my case, and all I was trying to help her do was get it, um, just like be able so she could see her mom. But she said she was in the NY, and I got you the no matter what, it was always a white Benz. I don't like I don't like I don't like BMW. And I don't want to fuck a BMW come in Bentley or a Rolls Royce. I don't know fuck which one it come into. I just like BMW. But I got a partner that always try to tell me that my fucking car was it wasn't a real it wasn't the year that it was supposed to be in because it was it looked like a CEO car. Like I'm talking about I literally said to him, yo, it was champagne and it had black leather interior. And when the dealer was trying to sell it, he was like, yo, you don't want all of these other colors because I had already had all of the black shit and all of that. But when I became the head of C2 investment group, which is my two daughters, I'm taking everything that you gave me.
Where's David Flynn?
Ah, we gotta talk.
No, we don't need to talk to you.
Maybe before.
Before what?
Before I became David's manager.
You hear? He said, before before I came David's manager and got light skinned boy with with the gray John going through his head. Yeah, he telling him like, yo, but he with the temptations. I told you, my people's, you don't believe me, but they was Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. But my uncle was an original Blue Note, and he was in the military. Uncle Brody. And I remember we used to always go down to the basement and he used to show me shit just like this right here that you see right over here. My Uncle Brody. See, let me show you this right here.
The Temptations group's lack of instant success in their early years was frustrating, more so to a restless Elbridge Al Bryant.
So let me say this, and I'm just being honest. A woman shot at me. I was in military uniform. A woman shot at me. This was in 1993. It was an ice storm. I remember that shit. I remember running up the fucking block and then coming back. And I remember those cops pushing my chest. Yo, they put their hands on my chest because they said they heard gunshots on the road. Like they heard it on the highway. They said that they got it, but it was the sheriffs. They call them highway patrol, like yo, but the way boot cops. That's what they call them. We call them boot cops. Boot cops. They got the boots. They got them boots all the way. When I say boot cops, they ride horses or they drive, and they say HP like highway patrol. Yeah, them motherfuckers them motherfuckers will fuck you up, throw you down on the jizz and everything. And ain't nobody getting ready to say nothing. Yeah, you got motherfucking you got a warrant or something like that. No, we heard it was something like that. But I remember that a woman shot at me, and it was a boot cop who figured that I was not going to tell on that woman. I wasn't going to tell on her, or rather, I was going into the military, and I remember that I was in a black Grand Am. And there was a naval base. The naval base right down at um, in Philadelphia, where I can't find. You know what's crazy? I can't find none of my records from there, from the naval base right down in Philadelphia. But when I was in the military, my uncle passed away. My little sister passed away at 8 years old. Yo, I didn't get to go to none of their funerals. You understand? None. So I came obsessed with, they had to let me go up to the chaplain's office in Quantico, Virginia, where Quantico is where, you know, the FB and the his eyes. That yo, that's where that shit be going. I remember the days, the song that I listened to, what that corporal name was. He was in the army. I think he was in the army. Him and his wife, yo, they were um, from Virginia. So it said 704. And I never forgot that. See, before someone was getting ready to send me off to what they thought that I was going, it was going to be my parish. They would let me listen to music, and it was the Dog Pound, and it was those. So I had to realize, and I remember how high that plane had to go, and my ears popped, and I had to walk through wherever the military was taking me at that time. But I remember that.
And he quickly turned to the bottle as a result. He decided to get a job as a milkman as a backup plan. The more the group failed to get a hit record, the more he became angered, and they say that by 19...
Now, I don't know if any of you can see this. Do y'all see it say Marvin Gaye's final hours? Allegedly, the house that Muhammad Ali came, where he had, it was on Spencer Street. And Spencer Street, 8th and Spencer. Like if you go down 8th and Spencer, yo, I go up 8th Street, that's where my office was. And somebody named Tommy Hilfiger, they had a safe there. And I remember the niggas that was who in the office. That was who in the office then. It was a safe. I remember where my desk was and who my alleged bodyguard's desk was. And I remember him putting an envelope, and he would put it, he said he was going to put it under his joint, but he didn't. But his last name, it was Scott. I remember that nigga had a pearl white interior with a black. No, 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 no. It was pearl white interior, and it was a. It was this color blue I never saw before. It was a 2005 Range Rover Sport, and I remember Terrell Owens coming to Philadelphia around that same fucking time.
In 1963, he had become volatile and unpredictable to deal with, and the alcohol did nothing but bring the worst in him. It is reported that one mid-1963 backstage altercation between him and Paul Williams resulted in him smashing a beer bottle.
Paul Williams. Paul Williams. He drank. My father, he drinks. My grandfather, he drinks. On my father's side, on my mother's side, never seen it. Never seen it. I don't know nothing, but let me show you this. This is corned beef up. I'm gonna play the rest of this, but I watched just to see what Jokers was gonna say, and how long was anybody gonna say anything before when Yellow Beezy with Lil Wayne puts out a new. They just put out a new joint, but I'm gonna show you something.
Across Paul's face, which landed him in the hospital. Surprisingly, Paul Williams forgave him and gave him a second chance. However, a few months later, the group got fed up as he did little to change. During Motown's 1963 company Christmas party, Bryant gave a disastrous performance on stage and refused to join in the dance steps Paul had arranged. With this, he was fired and immediately replaced with David Ruffin. The Temptations group's lack of instant success in their early years was frustrating, more so to a restless Elbridge Al Bryant, and he quickly turned to the bottle as a result. He decided to get a job as a milkman as a backup plan. The more the group failed to get a hit record, the more he became.
So then, all right, you got here. The only person who told me about that was my auntie and my uncle. But my auntie and my uncle told me one thing. My auntie, she got married to my uncle. He was part of the Blue Note. But my auntie and my grandmother, they were sisters. On one side, they thought they had lost, but my grandmother, before she died, she her sisters had been renting from them for 30 years at $200 a month. And in that house, there was a my cousin Jason, and he was gay. My cousin Janine, she was the workaholic type. Her mother, Sonia, they all worked in the hospital. That's all my sisters. My mother and my mom, they all know us in the hospital. Yeah, our family has we have mental issues. But in Pennsylvania that's called 302. All that 302 shit y'all talking about motherfuckers is hoes and all that shit. We don't know nothing about that. I'm tired of this motherfucker keep going all the time. But I don't know. At least I don't know right now. I don't know nothing. Because when I got 302, I know the only person that I talk to more than the person who got me 302 or whatever. I'm trying to build. And if you ain't trying to build, you're trying to destroy. And that's what maturity is. That's what accepting responsibility is. I don't know what people colors are or whatever. I be really trying to look at y'all in these little ass pictures. At the end of the day, people know. Period. Let me just say, please listen to what I'm saying. Couldn't help, but I'm gonna comment on somebody talking about a woman whose feet hang over her shoes. Yeah, like them shits. Yeah, that's fucked up. Like, how your shit all the way over your shoes. But that same woman, she knew she could dress. She could dress her ass off. She knew how to dress. She knew everything about me. She knew how much a Mercedes 300, a 320. But I remember her father, everything. So she knows how far it can go as long as you put gas in it and everything. She knows all of that. But at the end of the day, there was, I think they was called, it was a joint was called Sisters. And one of them had all of this bushy fucking hair. The other one had a ponytail. Yeah, that was the dark skinned one with the big lips. She had big lips with big tits. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. I don't know. She was into real estate. So when people try to tell me about real estate, I fall back and I let them talk because I learned from Donald Trump. Don't ever be the first one to say a number, and I taught that to my kids. I mean, if I just put on that video with Watchamacalit on it, and he got Little Wayne on there, and I bet you I can go into all my Jones, and I got Little Wayne with Jay Z, all of that shit. The Carter, Sean Carter, all of that. He beat his case, everything. I don't follow the nigga. The shit be popping up in my jank, and I just ain't supposed to notice that. Oh, he just beat the case, and then Little Wayne is on a joint with Yellow Beezy. Transformer. Like, you know, a young single parent. Something that, I see the shots being taken, but we'll see. And this is not to say I'm trying to say anything about no war and nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, yo, look, look at your favorite YouTuber and see what the fuck they talking about. Because Yellow Beezy just released two joints where he talking. I thought that everybody was talking about putting the guns down, and he talking with Little Wayne. Little Wayne, this nigga had some pink pants on at a fucking NBA joint. Now y'all talking about putting sticks up like y'all ready to fight? Fight for what? Ass? And I like little yo. I like the crazy part about it is my favorite song from Little Wayne is Mrs. Officer, Mrs. Officer. Can you please get the sticks off? But I also showed you the DA down in Florida. That yo, they pulled her car over. She had a Ford Focus, and there was two officers. That shit was like 2 minutes long. It was two officers, and they ran her place and said her tent was too dark. But they never went and checked the tent or whatever. And I remember her nails was done, and she wears her hair backwards. Personally, women look younger, no matter how old they are, when they wear their hair backwards, when they just let it just float down and just show the beautiness of all that a black woman is. So when I be looking at videos and I follow certain people, I don't give a fuck where the fuck they say they was at, where they at the time. I don't know who you running from or nothing like that. But I do notice that people have the same last names and they're speaking against other people, but they try to keep it G. Like, yeah, let me tell you this about this person, but I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown. Let me tell you something about my great, great grandmother. She used to say, I'm a grown omen. That's how she spoke. I'm a grown omen. OMEN without the W.